All right, this is Debate on behalf of V Electronics, and in this video, we'll be talking about money and the functions for cash or money. Okay, so when it comes to money, before we talk about money, let's talk about bartering. Okay, so this is bartering, and this is a way to exchange goods and services. This has been done back in the past, back in history, where people would get together, let's say in a market. Okay, and they would exchange the goods and services that they produce. Okay, so one would exchange fish for wheat, barley, and oats. Another one would exchange livestock for somebody else's livestock. Okay, so let's say this is a way to exchange goods and services. Now, over a period of time, as humans evolve, they learn to use different forms of currencies, different materials to make that exchange possible. Okay, and those materials or those precious metals include but not limited to gold, you have silver, okay, so on and so forth. Another one is cowries. Okay, not so precious, but still used as a way to exchange or trade goods. So you have cowries in certain parts of the world. All right, now when it comes to using a certain commodity, a certain metal, a certain precious metal, okay, in a form of currency, okay, there are some things to keep in mind. Okay, and those things have to do with functions of money. Okay, why do we need money? Why do we need a way to exchange goods and services when we can just barter? Okay, why the heck do we need to bother in investing in commodities, precious metals, or so on and so forth as a way to exchange goods and services? Okay, so the reason for that has to do with functions of money. So this is functions of money or cash. And when it comes to functions of money, number one, this is a medium of exchange. So this is medium of exchange. Okay, so this would be an intermediate between buyer and seller. So a way for buyers and sellers to exchange goods. Okay, number two has to do with storage of value or store of value. So when it comes to things like your paper bills or even your coins, okay, they do not depreciate over a period of time. Okay, so material wise, okay, they're perfect for exchanging goods and services because you need something that is stable. Now, even though the currency exchange rates may change time to time when it comes to different countries, okay, the material itself, okay, when it comes to the paper used in a paper bill, okay, or the metal used for coins is relatively stable, okay, especially when it's used to make currency. Okay, so the currency itself, material wise, is relatively stable. So this is something that you can keep in your closet, okay, or keep in your safe for a long amount of time, for a long period of time, and not worry about going out of trend. Okay, not worry about it going out of trend. Okay, such as your vehicle, your electronics, so on and so forth. If you were to use electronics as a way of currency, as a way to exchange goods and services, electronics go out of trend from time to time. They depreciate from time to time, as a result of which they wouldn't be a good storage of value. Okay, which means the electronics that you have right now may not be a good way to exchange 10 years from now. Okay, form of currencies to exchange 10 years from now. Okay, so storage of value has to do with, okay, items and commodities losing value over a period of time. All right, and the third one has to do with the unit of accounts. Okay, so here money does not lose value. Okay, the third one has to do with unit of account. Okay, this has to do with the value that you assign to certain goods and services, okay, or a ruler by which we measure value. So when it comes to real GDP, for example, and you have price and quantity, you may use a base year and the price and quantity of your basket of goods in that base year to figure out your real GDP. And likewise, you have a currency that you use as a base to figure out the value of goods and services that you exchange. Okay, so way to measure value, a ruler, so to speak, to measure value. All right, and the last one has to do with a standard of deferred payments. Okay, so this is a standard. This is a standard of deferred payments. And what I mean by a standard of deferred payment, it has to be acceptable to make purchases. Okay, to buy and sell things. Okay, so acceptable to make purchases. Okay, or pay in the future. All right, so that would be it when it comes to functions of money. On behalf of V Electronics, this is Obey. Have yourself a great day.